When I look into your eyes, I see entire worlds trembling just beneath their calm surface. They are not eyes, but oceans, alive, infinite, restless, and when they meet mine, I forget the rules I was born to follow. There is a current in them, pulling me away from thrones and crowns, from history and expectation, into something raw and ungoverned. The blue inside them is not cold, it's warm like memory, like dawn after a storm, and I could drown there without fear. When you look at me, I feel seen, not as a princess, but as a pulse, as a girl who wants nothing more than to breathe your name until the stars know it too. The world calls me regal, but your gaze turns me human, trembling, unarmored. I think you must know how dangerous that is, how one look from you rewrites every promise I made to destiny. Your eyes have tides, and I have never learned how to swim, yet I step forward, helpless, heart first. At times I wonder if you realize what you've done to me. You, who speak little, but whose silences build bridges inside my chest. You, whose laughter folds the air into music no composer could capture. When you look away, I chase that light like a sailor following the last glow of a vanished horizon. It's strange how someone's eyes can make the universe smaller, how the noise of the court, the rustle of politics, the whispers of obligation, all vanish when your gaze finds me. I remember the first time you looked at me as though I was not a royal decree, but a heartbeat made of light. It unsettled me, the way water unsettles stone, soft yet persistent, reshaping what it touches. And so here I stand, learning to belong, not to the crown, but to the tide in you. You are the storm I never feared, because even your chaos feels like home. Every night I walk the palace corridors, my footsteps echoing secrets meant only for you. I trace your name against the stone with my thoughts, wishing I could carve it into the air itself. The portraits of kings and queens stare down from gilded frames, but their eyes feel hollow compared to yours. I imagine you beside me, your voice low, your fingers brushing mine, and even the silence feels full. How many times can a heart break and still bloom again beneath your gaze? You've turned longing into an art form, one I study with reverence. The stars outside my window mirror your eyes, each one a reminder that beauty and danger often share the same reflection. Sometimes I close my eyes and pretend I'm walking toward the sea. And it's you, always you, standing there at the edge, waiting, your eyes wide open, asking me to leap. And I would. I already have. The morning always arrives too soon, dragging me back to ceremony, to formality, to everything that feels too polished for the way my soul stirs for you. I wear crowns, jewels, silks, but none of it compares to the simple miracle of your gaze. When you look at me, I forget that the world expects grace. I forget that I am supposed to be untouchable. You make me remember my humanness, the pulse beneath the protocol. I think of the way your eyes soften when I laugh, how they linger on my face, as though trying to memorize a secret. It frightens me how much I want to give that secret to you, how much I crave the vulnerability of being fully known. I've been told that love should be careful, but what if it's meant to be reckless, like waves crashing until they become one with the shore? You, my ocean-eyed destiny, have made me believe in beautiful ruin. When you speak, something ancient inside me awakens. Your voice, low, measured, tender, rolls through me like a tide that doesn't ask for permission. Each word seems soaked in light, carrying a weight I can't name but always feel. I've learned that your eyes say more than your lips ever could. They hold the poetry of unsaid things. In their depth, I found safety and surrender all at once. I wish I could tell you what it's like to stand in that gaze, to feel both infinite and small, both powerful and undone. When the world feels heavy, I close my eyes and picture them, your oceans. And suddenly I can breathe again. There are moments when I swear the world holds its breath just to watch you look at me. Even the air changes, texture, thicker, brighter, alive. You don't even have to touch me. The space between us hums with electricity, soft and dangerous. I've learned the way your eyes linger before you speak. The hesitation that feels like an unspoken confession. Sometimes I think they're afraid of what they reveal. They tell me stories of tenderness disguised as restraint, of love that must hide behind ordinary gestures. Yet, even a single glance from you burns brighter than any crown could shine. I wonder what the court would say if they knew that their princess has built a kingdom inside your gaze. I imagine them whispering about propriety, while I, lost in the waves of your eyes, forget that rules were ever written. Let them watch. They'll never understand that I have already chosen my eternity, and it lives in the blue of you. The ocean has many moods, and so do your eyes. Sometimes they are calm, reflecting kindness that hums like sunlight on skin. Other times they darken, and I see storms gathering, fierce, magnetic, beautiful. I love both, the peace and the tempest, because both belong to you. When you look at me with that quiet intensity, I feel seen in ways that undo every layer of composure I've ever built. I wish you could see what you do to me, how even my breath begins to follow the rhythm of your gaze. There are people who spend their lives searching for wonder, yet I find it every time your eyes find mine. They make the impossible seem intimate, the infinite suddenly reachable. You are not just the ocean. I think you might be the gravity that keeps it alive. My heart, once steady as ceremony, now beats in tides, and every pulse whispers your name. If I could write the truth, it would be this. Your eyes are my undoing. They have rewritten every fairy tale I was told, made me believe in love, not as destiny, but as choice. When you look at me, it feels like a question I can't stop answering. How can something so gentle hold such power? You look at me, and I forget how to be royal, how to be still. I only remember how to feel, wildly, fiercely, endlessly. I think about you when I walk through halls lined with history, knowing none of it matters as much as the next time you meet my gaze. Even my reflection seems emptier when you're gone. You've ruined me for indifference, for composure. You've made my world smaller, and yet somehow infinitely larger. If this is love, then I am willing to lose everything for it. You've made exile feel like paradise, as long as it's within your eyes. Sometimes I imagine the sea jealous of your gaze, how it must envy the way you hold me without touching, drown me without cruelty. I think of waves crashing on distant shores, trying to mimic the sound of your laughter. I think of ships lost to the horizon, wishing they had your eyes to guide them home. You've turned my heart into something oceanic, vast and untamable. When I'm near you, I feel currents inside me pulling toward the unknown. And yet, there's no fear, only a deep peace that comes from surrender. Maybe that's what love is, not the safety of harbor, but the beauty of letting go, knowing you might never touch land again. Your eyes are my compass, my map, my endless sea. I am not lost within them, I am found, and if I ever drown, let it be there, in the quiet, eternal blue of you.